back to the Prosperous Feminine. Today, I'm going to take you through something that I absolutely love to do this work because I love seeing my clients light up. And that is discovering and claiming your six-figure sweet spot, because this is the secret to a profitable, manageable, and soul-aligned business. Okay, you ready to dive in? So, if you're a coach, a healer, or entrepreneur over 50, I welcome you, and you're ready to build a six-figure business that feels aligned and profitable and joyful, then you have found the right place. Okay. So, in the last episode, we talked about why so many women over 50 struggle to monetize their gifts and why more training or certification isn't the answer. Okay. And today we're going to shift gears and talk about that six-figure sweet spot. Bet you've never thought about it before. A lot of people talk about niche, but this is bigger than that, right? This is that exact place where your passion, your expertise, and profit potential all intersect. Because here's the truth. When you know exactly what to focus on, clients come faster, income grows, and your business is going to feel easier. All right. We all want that, right? So let's get into it. So, the real reason that you're not completely booked, let's be honest, you know that you're really good at what you do, that you have wisdom, experience, and a deep, deep calling to help people, right? Can we just get real about that? And so, why aren't you completely booked with clients? Most women I work with are brilliant, sadly scattered, because I think we get into a fearful place and we feel like we've got to be everything to everybody and we don't want to be judged. And we feel this counterintuitive thing that is, if we narrow it down and we have one powerful, unique specialty, not enough people will come. The exact opposite is true. In fact, the 7, 8 figure businesses are very niche honed on what they do, and they have credibility and they have popularity. Okay. How do you get popularity is to become known for something, right? And a lot of what I hear is, I have so many gifts, I don't know which one to focus on. And I help so many types of people, I don't want to leave anyone out. Right. And so what happens at this point usually is that you'll go get another certification instead of understanding how to have a business 6 figures based on what you already know. Right. And the other thing that I hear is, what I do is unique for every client. I can't package it into an offer. And the thing is, though, when you clearly explain what you do specifically and for whom, the world opens up to you. Because when people identify with a problem and what you say identifies with a solution, they're going to come clamoring for you. Okay. Now, I don't want that to freak you out, but I want you to understand that this is a significant game changer. As soon as I started talking about women over 50, I've had people from podcast episodes hire me at top dollar. They said to me, "You're the one." Because no one in the entrepreneurial field or building businesses were addressing women over 50. They were just talking about women. They were talking about those that identify with the feminine. And once I started getting narrowed in on that, once I started saying you need a signature system for your soul work that sells, that became another identifier. And that I teach using wildlife wisdom, right? And I use the images, I use the metaphors, I use stripes, it's in my graphics, right? Then all of a sudden I become very identifiable, where, oh, yeah, the lion lady, she'll help you grow your business. It changed my life in 4 months. Like, that's what starts to happen. That's what you want to happen, right? And when you can't say that or do that or explain that, people don't know why they should work with you or why they should hire you. So this is where the six-figure sweet spot comes in. It's that one specialty, or we're going to create a specialty. It's not about picking one of your credentials or certifications or nuggets of wisdom. It's about what does all that synthesize into as a specialty. Okay. I want to be really clear that if you have a certification in Reiki and you have a certification in breath work, that you can only pick Reiki and you have to throw out breath work. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these are all things you were attracted to for a reason, right? And somehow through you, all these things come together. So Reiki, breath work, massage become a something that's a six-figure sweet spot, right? That's what I'm talking about. It's going to make marketing easier. You're going to have way more fun being visible instead of being afraid of it, right? This is the thing I've seen is when a woman gets her confidence and clarity about her unique, lucrative specialty, that the visibility stuff actually just starts to fall away because you want to talk about it. You're not afraid to talk about it. So that fear we have of being visible has a lot more to do with we aren't clear about the transformation that we're here to offer and we don't fully understand its value. When we get those two pieces, confidence and clarity show up right in the next sentence. I've watched my clients' faces shift in class. Okay. You can do the same because then the message is stronger and your sales flow much more naturally, right? So, what is the formula for finding your six-figure sweet spot? So, I want to break this down into three simple questions. This can go really deep, but this is a good place to start for the time that we have now. It'll help you find that most profitable, aligned focus. Okay. And one of the reasons that I really focus on this is a lot of women come to me in my world, I would say they don't know what they're selling and they don't know how to sell what they're selling and they don't know how to market what they're selling and they don't know how to successfully enroll into what they're selling. So all of this is actually working on all those pieces, right? But it's meeting you at a point where you can more clearly lean into it. Okay. So these three simple questions, I want you to do this exercise. I want you to write these down. If you could get only paid for one thing you do, what would it be? Okay. And this forces you to strip away the extra noise and get to the heart of what you hold the most dear. What's the most valuable thing that you learned? What's the training or the certification that you have that changed your life the most? That's another way to really get into this question, right? The thing that's changed me the most is being a wildlife photographer and understanding nature and looking through the lens and seeing every single day the optimized blueprints for success. Okay. And I infuse everything I do with that. That's one of the most important things that I've learned from, even in all my women centered coaching, facilitation, my master's degree in spiritual psychology, all those things, and all the decades and years that I have spent with entrepreneurial women having six-figure wins has all led me to this very focused thing that I do, right? So the second question, what problem do you solve that people are delighted to pay for? Okay, one of the ways to know this is that when you're in an enrollment call, that thing you say they light up, you need to identify what that is because not all transformations are equal. Okay, I have clients who do a lot of inner shifting work for people that are highly traumatized, very sensitized, and find it very difficult to live in the world, right? It's not about a job or a relationship or making more money. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin. So transformations can be really different. Some problems are urgent. Some problems are deeply painful. And those are the ones that are worth premium investment. That's where you want to focus. Some of the times when I'm looking at trying to answer questions like this, I go back to what was my most painful part of the struggle that I was in? And when was it that I sought help? And if you can identify that and go back to that story or that moment, those of you that have been listening know that I was in a very expensive mastermind and it wasn't matching what I wanted to get out of it. And so I ended up joining a second program when I was so cranky about spending more money Neither of these things were cheap, neither. And I doubled down because I knew this other program was going to get me to where I wanted to go. I just knew it, and it did, and it changed everything. I made back both investments, but at the time I didn't know that's what would happen. I trusted it, right? And so that's the thing you have to look at is when did you reach out for help? When do your clients reach out for help? That's the question we're trying to answer here. When is that poignant moment in them where they go, I need to invest and I need support and I need help, right? That's what we're trying to answer. Okay. The third question, what's the one thing you do that actually makes you feel the most powerful and aligned? And because your six-figure sweet spot isn't all about money, it's about confidence, ease, and joy in delivering real results for people. You might still hear it in my voice, but I just got over COVID. I've never had it in my life. And those of you that know me know that I'm a hardcore globetrotter. And in early December, I was in Kenya. I came home for a few days. I led a transformational talk retreat for my clients. And then I went to Mexico. And then I came home and I actually took a down week over New Year's because I just needed to not be around people and I needed to be in my own energy field. The week after that, I ended up getting COVID from my improv group. How I know is that a bunch of them got it too. So we might as well all do it together, right? I'm glad I got it when I was at home, but it was working on my psyche. I felt like a slug sitting on the couch, watching TV because I couldn't look at a computer. I could barely do anything. I could barely feed myself. I was really sick, right? And coming out of it now, I started to look at it and I was like, oh, I have to get my energy back. Well, a client gets on the phone with me and I hadn't talked to her in a little while because she had a very busy holiday month. And she said, before we start, I need to go over a list with you. I've only been working with you for 4 months. And she said, I need to tell you what I've learned from you and what's shifted already. And I was like, and she goes over this 12-point checklist, quoting me and telling me when you said this, this is what shifted, this is what happened, right? She did that over and over and over again. I received her praise, right? My whole body lit up and came back online. My client gave me that thing that I needed to know to remember to keep going, right? Because we can all get into a place where wouldn't it be easier not to do this? And sometimes it would be, but it's really painful to actually not be in that feedback loop where you see that you're helping people. When I heard her 12-point checklist of praise for me as her coach, you trust and believe, I felt powerful and aligned. And I went, okay, I got to keep going. And that's what had me shift this season of this podcast. So when you pull these three answers to these questions together, you'll see where your highest value work is. That's what we're looking for. Okay. And that's where the money flows. That's where you can charge premiums. That's where you'll get excited about marketing. So I'm going to take a sip of water. I have an upcoming event in February. Just really quickly, this is exactly what we're going to dive into on a really deep level. So you are clear about this at the end of our first day together. It's going to be the six-figure business accelerator. Okay. And if you're loving this exercise, I don't want you to miss this because I'm going to be working with you directly. Okay. And some of you will get some beautiful love seat coaching. So I want to go back to most women over 50 feel like you need to prove how much you know, right? That if people know I know a lot and I'm highly trained and highly skilled, right, they'll buy from me. So you offer everything that you possibly can, right? And you're thinking that's what makes it more valuable. What's really running that is some fear and some insecurity, okay? In reality, that ends up making you invisible. In today's world where people process so many transactions, they blow through social media, they scroll really quickly, very short attention spans, right? People are busy. There's a lot to manage in a life these days. Our planetary issues, our global wars, our political issues, where we all live. Our world is in chaos. So people's attention is not as settled as it usually is, right? So when you're too broad, you blend in. I want you to write this down. What did I say? When you're too broad, you blend in. When you're too general, clients don't understand how you can help, so they won't buy from you. Okay. When you own your specialty, you become the go-to mentor. I want to give you a quick example of this so you can understand what I'm talking about. One of my clients was a holistic practitioner who did a little of everything. I know you can relate to what I'm saying. Okay. Reiki, body work, breath work, coaching, and doing all these different pieces in different sessions. She was scattering her energy, right? And she felt like she had to list it all out so clients understood her value. But instead, she was getting low ticket one off sessions. Okay. Can you relate? Yeah. I know some coaches who are doing the same thing because they're trained in all these different modalities. What happened was when we honed into her six-figure sweet spot, helping with a women with adrenal burnout regain their energy, right? Her business skyrocketed. She booked one client, then two clients, then three clients, then five clients, right? They started seeking her because her message was clear and her offer was a no-brainer. That's me. I don't have energy and I'm clear it's adrenal burnout. Because the clearer you are, the more people will say yes to working with you. And the clearer you are, the more you can charge. Okay, I want you to write that down. The clearer you are, the more you can charge. Okay, so I want to help you refine that six-figure sweet spot. In the links below, you can register for the free 3-day six-figure business accelerator and actually craft a profitable business around this message. Okay. We're going to go over a lot. Claiming your six-figure sweet spot is what we're going to do on the first day. The second day was we're going to create confident and clear marketing. The third day, we're going to monetize your goddess given gifts. So I have a lot for you in upcoming episodes. Stay tuned to your inbox. Make sure that you listen. If you've been stuck, overwhelmed, or unclear, this is the year we get you out of that. And this will give you a chance to get my direct support. There's a link in the notes. Go in there and register, okay? And to make sure that you subscribe and leave me a great review because that helps this grow. So as we wrap up, I want you to do one thing. I want you to take 10 minutes today and answer those 3 questions. If I could get paid for one thing that I do, what would it be? We're going to synthesize all your things together. What problem do I solve that people would happily pay for? When's that moment when someone identifies that they need help? Okay, what is that? Now, I know this isn't easy. Okay, I'm not acting like this is easy, but when you work this through, you're going to be able to finally craft a 6-figure offer. That's the whole point. What's the one thing that I do that makes me feel the most powerful and aligned? Okay. In the next episode, we're going to dive into why so women over 50 resist marketing. If that's you, make sure that you come back and we're going to step out of hiding and get confidently visible. Okay. You're not going to want to miss it. And make sure that you follow us. And until next time, stay prosperous, stay powerful, stay fiercely feminine. And remember, your wisdom is worth 6 figures or more. I'm Julie Steelman.